So live debate / conversation about gay TV characters. So my little cousin, no, we're having this debate live. It's not even a debate, but like, this is important. So my little cousin like brings up something that's like super interesting, which was what? And you're not in trouble for saying it.
Where is it? It was like,
we were in Target and there was like a gay book, right?
I think there shouldn't be like gay characters in like a movie show like for little kids.
Right, I got that. Okay, so hear me out. So this is why I think this is like so important. One, like, do you hear me being like, no, oh my god, you're a terrible person, I hate? No, like, this is it. Okay, so explain your reason. Like, for example, what's the difference between like two boys dating in like what's that show? Heartstopper. What's the difference between like Heartstopper?
I don't know what Heartstopper is.
Okay, because you're not gay. But like, what's the difference? What's the difference between like Heartstopper, which is like two boys and it's about two boys dating, than like some other random boy and girl dating in like Degrassi or 13 Reasons Why or something like that?
Actually, it's not like that because
okay,
little kids don't look at that show. But now like society has made like little gay characters and like kids going and like they're little kids being gay, and I feel like if you feel that way, like you're gonna be like at least like to figure it out and stuff. A little kid is not gonna figure it out, and like by a kid looking like that's what they think. They're like, oh, I'm gay because I saw a gay show.
Okay, I got you. But do you think okay, first of all, so valid, right? But what about the other way around? What if people like saw straight characters in like Beauty and the Beast, and they saw a straight couple, or Cinderella, or like every movie, and it's always straight characters? What if the exact same thing happens? They see straight relationships and are like, oh, I must be straight.
I mean, honestly, that's a good point.
I love my
personally, like, I feel like it shouldn't even be like both ways. Like, I feel like there shouldn't be like a thing. And like mostly like what happens like when they do those shows is because okay, this might be like a little
no, you're good, safe space.
Like, a woman and a man have kids, and like that's why basically it's like more neutral because it's either like it's in the Bible and stuff, like woman and man get married and stuff.
I got you.
And that's why it's like more like normal. But like I'm not saying it's okay to like for like it to be that way, but
no, but you're saying it's like more normalized.
It is more normalized.
It's more normalized, which we have a word for, which is like heteronormative, right? But is heteronormative even a good thing, right? Because like, okay, you have the Bible, which if you want to use that as a source, like sure, right? What about like looking at zoology, where we see like different types of mammals that totally have homosexual relationships? Like freaking rams are gay as hell. Like all of them are gay, and like giraffes or something. Like, there's another like very prominent animal that's gay all the time. And that's like in zoology. So yeah, okay, Adam and Eve, they were straight, fair enough. But like, what about animals? Like, they're gay. Should we not show kids animals?
I mean, I feel like that's like an okay thing because they're animals. Like animals don't actually talk and be like, oh, I'm gay. Like they're not actually.
They don't have TV shows, right?
They don't have like word phrases of them coming out
and
being like, I'm gay. Like they're just animals.
So they keep it to like themselves.
Yeah, animals keep it to themselves. But what's going on is like there's like little kids, like maybe like 7-year-olds, and they're going to school. They're wearing like LGBTQ stuff. Okay. And like I feel like they don't even know what that means themselves.
That's actually little kids. Super valid. So okay, hear me out. Here's where the difference is, right? Here's because we grew up years together. Like I never told you about what I really like. Not like. I wasn't very like, oh, definitely like, but you kind of like figured it out on your own. So like, when do you think the right age to expose someone to LGBTQ would be?
I feel like the right age is when the kid is like knowledgeable of what's going on in their thoughts. Like maybe like I feel like 10, 11. Okay,
like, that's I feel like super valid.
That's okay because like.
And do you think you could expose kids to straight relationships before gay relationships? There's no right answer, by the way. This is all hypothetical. Yeah, interesting. Tell me why. Like, tell me why. I feel like that's a super right. Like, okay, tell me why.
It's more normalized.
It is so more normalized, but like, okay.
And like, kids like have that knowledge because like their parents, like some parents actually, are like well, most parents are like mom and dad.
Right,
And then
absolutely.
the kids are like, oh, like that's how I was created, because mom and dad.
So what about, okay, first of all, so valid, and I love how you're expressing your points. Do you see how like smart my like family members are? And then also, hear me out, what about minority populations? Like in the United States, most people are like white, right? So should we be like, oh, well, since white is more normal in a lot of places, we should make sure to expose kids to white people first as opposed to minorities like us? Like, would that rule also apply?
No, I feel like that's different, because like,
it's different.
That's racist.
Okay.
Not sexuality.
So what would be the difference though? Because you don't.
I feel like the difference is because skin colors, you can't really be like, oh, I'm white.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
you see a show and you're like, oh, I'm white.
Okay.
But like little kids, what's going on is like they're seeing a show of like a gay little boy or a
character,
gay little
and then
girl,
they think that they're that.
And then they think they're that. They're like, oh, like I'm so much like her. Like I feel like I'm
right.
like, that's not really
so valid. No, and I actually, here's where I actually agree with you. Is I do think that's an issue that kids, but is it an issue that needs to be fixed? Right? Like, is it a problem if someone thinks like they're gay or bi for like a year and then they realize that they're not gay or bi? Is it problematic?
It's not, but trust me,
like,
when they grow up and they figure out that they were never like that, they're
it's
gonna be like
a little embarrassing.
It's a little
embarrassing. Interesting. It's not as though anyone had that experience though.
Yeah.
We hope this helps. No hate towards my little cousin, and also made really good points. I think you actually made more kind of logistical and logical points than me on this one, but I'm making a video later. Nice job. Bye. It didn't turn off.